Hello, this is Brent.
Hi, Brent. How are you? I was hoping that you could help me figure out how to launch the Zoom meetings so that I can participate in the support group meetings that we have each Wednesday.
Sure, Beth. Let me change my computer here a little and share my desktop with you, and we can go through those steps together. How does that sound?
That sounds wonderful, Brent. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm excited.
Okay.
I wanted to share the email that I received from Lindsay and was wondering if you could help me to launch the Zoom meeting so I could participate from the email that I received from Lindsay.
Sure. Okay, so some things about this email. This is for our weekly group, and there's a link here to click on to actually start the meeting. This includes the encrypted password in it, so unless you're joining from a phone, you shouldn't need the password that is so cleverly concealed here. If for whatever reason your computer doesn't automatically download the software, you can hit this link, and I'll do that right now. And this will allow you to download Zoom Client for meetings, and that's for a PC. Now, in other videos, we'll cover it for doing the mobile apps like the Apple Store for your iPads and iPhones, and then your Android in Google Play. But we'll cover that someplace else. So we can download that here, and it will automatically give you the latest software. And as this is updated, when you do the link like this to start, it will also check and make sure you're using the latest software. So that's really cool. So we'll go ahead and launch this and enter the Zoom. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then we get this that says Open Zoom Meetings, and we want to say Open, because that's what then will launch the software so that it will play on our computers. Now, you can check this so that you don't have to go through this particular screen all the time, and it'll make that association for you directly. So here we go to Zoom Meeting, or not. It is going to ask me join with the computer audio, and I do want to do that. Hey, Beth, here we are. We just joined the Zoom, and there's already other people here. So here we are. Isn't that exciting?
That's very exciting. It's good to see so many people.
Okay, now sometimes people can't hear us, and sometimes people can't see us. And so, and you'll notice that the buttons along the bottom of my screen have all disappeared. And people say, go to your lower left corner of the screen, and it's not there. So if I just move my mouse like this, then all of these little buttons appear again. And I can mute myself, which is good to do when
yes, because now I can't hear you talking. You've muted yourself.
Oh, yeah. But generally, we like to stay on mute unless we're the ones doing the talking because of background noise and sometimes echoes and feedback. And if I need to step away for a minute for whatever reason, here's a way to stop my video. And then you see that I disappeared.
Where did you go, Brent? Please come back. I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, and I'm back. And so that's how to do the muting on and off and video on and off. And sometimes I want to see the speaker a little better. And there's this button up top here that called Speaker View. And I'm going to not move my mouse a little because that button is going to disappear like that. And if I want it to reappear, I wiggle my mouse around, and then I can do Speaker View, and that will bring up usually the person who's talking, but since I'm talking right now and I'm the host, it's showing you because you're the last person who's...
I see the speaker view up in the right-hand corner of my screen at the top. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and then there's partial list of the rest of the people in the gallery view, or you can
Yes.
isolate it to just the speaker like that. And so that's how we do go back and forth from gallery view. And if we want to see everybody, we hit
Yes.
gallery view again. And if there's more than people than what will fit on one screen, there's usually a little arrow down here to go to the next page. And there's another 16 or so people.
Yes, that will happen with mine. It'll, on my MacBook, it will show me an arrow in the middle of the screen that I can press, hit with my little tab on my pad, and it will hit that.
Okay, good. Let's see, now chat. We want to make entries in the chat window because occasionally we'll have a guest speaker and they'll ask for questions. And so we'll make our buttons appear again at the bottom of the screen. And this little guy that says chat, you can see we've messed around here before we started taping. But we can send a chat to everyone.
Yes. Which I usually like to do because I have lots to say and can't always say it when we're on things.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have the chat option.
Yeah, or sometimes we send it just to host or hostess or someone else in the group, like hey, can I follow up with you on the phone after this Zoom meeting? And so I can privately send it to just a single person at a time. And
yes, it's a great way to talk about each other behind our backs. No, just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
And at the end of the meeting, before it's over, it's really important, you can press the icons down here and you can save the chat to your computer and tell it exactly where to go and where to be saved and save it on your hard drive.
What's really nice about the little chat box too, Brent, that I noticed is that down at the bottom, if I don't have my chat window open, it does give me a little notification with 1 or 2 or 3 people who have left comments in the chat. So I will notice that I've gotten a notification that they're chatting. And that might be something, even if I have not chatted, that I would like to see or see the question or save it to my computer.
Okay, so let's demonstrate that. I'm going to close my chat window right now.
And I will send a chat to you.
Mm-hmm.
Look how good we are. And maybe I want to make mine a little more coherent, so.
You mean like talking in complete sentences?
Yes, more than I normally do, just in case. You never know. There we go.
Okay, and I see a little display on my screen that says from Beth Wilbanks LaPlace to everyone, and there's one unread chat in there, so I can open the chat window, and there it is. All right, good stuff. Hey Beth, I forgot the LACNet website. Can you send me the link in the chat box, please?
I sure can. Let me do that right now. And one of the nice things about doing it in the chat here is that I can actually go back to it later when I save it. So I've always got it.
Good.
There you go.
There it is. Okay, and I'm going to click on this and magically it launches up right in my browser, just like that. Okay, I'm going to go back to my Zoom window, which is down here, and here we are together on to the next item.
Perfect.
Now, for you, this is what it looks like on a PC. Is there anything else? You mentioned one difference that we should be aware of on a Mac.
On the Mac, the one thing that is different is that we don't use a mouse. We can use our finger to just use the iPad, the little scroll pad, and you can move your arrow around, and you use your arrow to go to your mute, to your stop video or start video. You can check out your participants and open that window. And what you can do when you open up your participant window, when you click on that, it will say invite, where you can invite friends, or mute me, or raise your hand. So if you're on mute and you want to say something during the conversation, you can just raise your hand in your participant box. Me, I raise my hand sometimes in the video, like, I have something to say. But raising your hand in the chat box is always the best way to go, because then the moderator will know that you have something you'd like to contribute.
Can you demonstrate that, since I'm
Yes,
acting as the host, and we'll see what that looks like?
Okay, so I'm going to hit my participants, and then I am going to raise my hand. So when you open up the participant box, it shows a little blue icon of me raising my hand.
Yeah, and I see that, and I instantly get, even though that box isn't open right now, it says that you raised your hand. And if
Yes.
I do the
And it'll show on my window as well a little blue icon on this side on the left corner that I've raised my hand.
Yeah, and I see
so
that.
That's one thing it does on the MacBook as well.
Okay, good. And I can acknowledge that, and then when we get to you, I can lower the hand and ask the question.
And now it is
let you ask the question.
No more hand for me.
Okay. Okay, well, have we covered everything on the PC side for being in a Zoom conversation?
I think so. I don't think that we also have on, we can cover the reactions, which is another little icon that you might see on your MacBook, and I'm sure do you have that on your PC as well?
I'm showing it on the PC, and I can either do a thumbs up or I can clap, and the little icon shows up in my picture so we know who's clapping, and that's the sound of one hand clapping right there.
And there is my thumbs up.
All right, and with that, we'll see you in the next video. And we'll exit right here, and I do the end in the lower right corner after wiggling my mouse so that all my buttons appear, and hit that. And if you still have questions, go back to the original Zoom link email, and if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see this statement, and I just wanted to remind you that if you have questions or need technical support, please reply back to this email. And that is all.